Hi Leo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your June 2021 love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread. And the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. We'll take a look at the past energies, present energies, future energies. Once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards to get some additional insight. That's where the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, and on the right side we have the Tarot Sexual Magic. Also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person. So if you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, let's get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Five of Coins. So this is actually Taurus energy here, which for you is your 10th house. So this could be pointing to a few different things. Could just be saying that you might have been having a little bit of difficulty around your finances and your career, so that might have caused you to withdraw from this connection. Because if we look at the body language, she's moving away from the cards on this side. That's one way it could be playing out. For some of you, this could just be saying that there might have been some disagreements around children. You know, for example, maybe this person wanted them, you didn't, or vice versa. That's another way this could be playing out too. But just in general, it definitely looks like at the very least you seem to have detached from the connection for one reason or another in the past. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Empress. So, usually I view this as Taurus energy too. It's definitely Venusian energy at the very least, but definitely has that earthy feel to it. But yeah, this usually is a person that lets things come to them. You know, they don't tend to really pursue. So it looks like, I would say, if you did leave the connection, I doubt that they actually chased after you if that was the case. And like I said, with this being Empress energy, that definitely could have been what the disconnect was for some of you, possibly around children, possibly finances, or maybe even a combination of the two, you know, where maybe one of you didn't feel like you were financially secure enough to have a child at this time, you know, things along those lines. But yeah, either way, it looks like this person was pretty much set in their position, weren't necessarily going to chase after you, and like I said, it looks like you definitely detached from the connection in the past. Alright, present position on your side, we have the Princess of Cups, which is the equivalent of the Page of Cups, and the King of Arrows, which is the equivalent of the King of Swords, which is Aquarius energy. So, interesting body language of these two as well. You see her back is turned to the cards on this side, as is his. And, you know, with the Page of Cups energy, usually that represents making a love offer, but here we see her pointed in the opposite direction. And with the King of Arrows, we see it looks like he's holding those flowers there, but obviously with his back turned, and it doesn't look like he has any intention of, you know, spreading any loving energy either. So I feel like this is you guys still being detached from the situation. This could just mean that maybe there are feelings there, but you're really trying to fight against them for whatever reason and not really expressing that you do have those feelings. So it looks like there must be more to this history here than what we're seeing in the past position, but definitely looks like obviously there's not much cooperation going on at all between the two of you. Alright, in the present position on their side, we have the High Priestess, I should say, in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the Seven of Wands in reverse. So, with these three cards coming up in reverse, I feel like, well, this could actually be saying one of two things. The first one that came to mind, actually, before I forget it, is that I feel like this is them kind of giving up on trying to figure out what's going on with you. Because, you know, with the High Priestess in the upright, usually it represents tapping into your intuition, getting a feel for a situation. And the Queen of Pentacles definitely looks like that. You know, they definitely seem a bit self-absorbed. If we look at the artwork there, she's like staring in the mirror, right? And we just even see that cold, icy background. And, you know, looks like this guy is kind of kissing her feet. So that's the impression I get there. And then with the Seven of Wands, that's usually a guarded energy too. So those three things to me together could say, given that they all came up in reverse, could just be saying that this person's given up trying to figure out why you seem to have those walls up that you have. And they're not really putting up a fight toward the connection anymore. Now, for others of you, this could just be saying if they were the ones who were super guarded in the past and not really expressing themselves, this could be them letting their guard down in that regard and actually coming forward, because another thing the High Priestess could represent is coming across as a bit secretive, because they'll have those feelings but they won't express them necessarily, so could be one of those two things for you guys. All right, and in the future position on your side, we have the Ace of Arrows. So this represents some kind of an insight coming through. Now, it might be a bit of an epiphany type energy, just because we see the lightning bolts there, and that's what that made me think of. And then also, timing wise, I'm trying to think. I know Mars is going to move into your sign around the middle of June, but I'm trying to think of when it makes that square at Uranus. I think it's going to be toward the end of June or maybe early July. Hold on, let me take a quick look at the transits. Yeah, so right toward the very end of June, there's actually going to be a square aspect between Mars in your sign and Uranus in Taurus. So that could give you some kind of sudden insight as to how to handle the situation. So definitely be on the lookout for that. All right. And I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be that, but that's the transit that came to mind when I was looking at that card. Could be any time in the future, technically. Future energy on their side, we have the Two of Chalices. So this is actually Cancer energy, the first 10 degrees of Cancer. And actually, that's going to coincide with that same timeline I just gave you guys for that Uranus and Mars square. So could just be saying that toward the end of June, you guys might actually start to get things back on track. If that's the case, all of this mess that we see here could just be due to the Mercury retrograde and eclipse energies that we'll be dealing with in June. That's certainly a possibility. But like I said, something here though, looks like there was definitely more to what I'm seeing in the past because of the way that you really seem to really be detached from this person and not expressing yourselves. But yeah, it looks like there, at the very least, is potential for you guys to get things back on track in the future. All right, and the bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Three of Cups. So this is usually a celebratory energy. It's Cancerian energy. So for one, like I said, this could represent you guys celebrating getting back into the connection. For others of you, this could just be a continuation, like I said, depending on what that insight is that you get in the future. Some of you, this could just be detaching from the connection altogether and just, spending more time with friends, possibly siblings. That's what I'm seeing with that. And the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Ace of Chalices. So obviously there's the desire for the fresh start on their part too. So yeah, like I said, for the majority of you, this definitely has retrograde vibes written all over it. But the only thing is, like I said, that past seems a little bit deeper than what I'm seeing in the spread. So for some of you, maybe it won't be as easy for you guys to get back on track, but that's what I'm seeing there. All right. Now moving on to the Oracle cards. First, we'll see if we get anything from the Aqua Moonlight deck. And I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording. What I'm going to be looking for here is just some jumpers for unspoken messages from you to them and then from them to you. And if I shuffle for a while without anything coming up, I'll just move on to the next Oracle deck. But sometimes we get additional messages here. So we'll see if we get anything. Nothing on your side, so next we'll see if we get anything from them to you. Not too surprising if it came up on your side, given the energies we see that you have in the present. Very detached. Alright, there we go. Got one there. So, let's see. Okay. We have, sorry. Please accept my apology so we can move past this. Interesting. So, I do have to say, that puts a little bit more context in what we're seeing there. So like I said, it seemed like something was missing. Obviously, this person must have done something in the past. What exactly that is obviously could vary from person to person. Um, and with that Empress energy, I have the feeling in the past they might have been like, whatever, deal with it, right? Very unapologetic. Because the Empress could definitely be about that, basically what serves them first and not really worrying about the other person. So that would make sense. It looks like they will be coming through with that apology if that's the case. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. And next we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation here as far as I did pre-shuffle this deck, but we're just looking for one card here with general advice and we'll wrap up. Yep, got one there. Okay. And let's see. Okay, we have chop wood. There's the artwork, and the number is 42. So, okay, it says being grounded in everyday experience, humility. The Oracle's message. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it is in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it be to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday task in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which bring you ever closer to what you seek. So interesting, when I was reading that, the part about releasing attachment stuck in my mind because it's possible you guys might have gotten this exact message in your general reading for June as well, so you could check that out, possibly get some more insight into what's going on there. The relationship message says nothing is as important right now as just doing what you need to do day to day. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be hard-won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when the everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. That is perfect now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, pick up socks, tell a dumb joke, and leave space to breathe. The work of your relationship right now is very simple. Just to be present. Funny how it takes work to just be. All is well, really. So at the very least, it doesn't look like you guys are present in the present position, no pun intended. But like I said, obviously for some of you there could be a reason for that, as far as if they're coming forward with an apology. But hopefully that message resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.